104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
What it do, people? It's the homie Lil Cash. Right now you tuned in with Paul Wilson on the Sports Blitz. 104.3 ESPN, Northwest Florida. The hottest sports show in the South. Let's go. It's Lil Cash with another hit with Paul Wilson on the Sports Blitz. Where they talk trash and they talk ish. When it comes to sports, man, they too legit. It's 104.3 ESPN. If you love sports, better chime in. NFL, college, local sports, they got it. NBA, they got it. Sports Blitz, the top. The show hottest wasabi. Better tune in and go watch it. Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson. If you even tried, you can't stop it. Bone Crusher gon' pop it. No Jeff gon' pop it. Go like, comment, subscribe, and share right now.
It is Monday, and we are back live and local right here at 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. It is the Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson. We're so glad to have you on this partly cloudy with a little bit of showers. Might be having a little bit of rain tonight as the radar shows. Definitely tomorrow, and definitely when Brian needs to go to Atlanta. So Either way, good to have everybody here joining us today. Don't forget, if you want to be a part of this show, you can be 850-215-6290 is the way you do that. Just so you know, we are still locked and loaded for the Lone Star Daily Double Boil. Open the ESPN Northwest Florida app starting today and smash the Enter Contest button. Every day is a chance to win two $25 gift cards for the ultimate local seafood hookup. Fresh shrimp, buttery royal reds, and all things crab. Tap the app, win the eats, get ready to eat like a local with the ESPN Northwest Florida app. It's your chance to win all week long, Monday through Friday this week. For $50, you can go ahead and go and smash that button. Either way, as always, on a Monday, got Brian in the building. Brian, how you doing today, my friend?
I'm great. It's, God, what a busy sports time it's been over the last week or so.
Very busy.
We had start of the World Cup, which I love.
Yes.
We had the NBA Finals finishing up. We had the Stanley Cup Finals finishing up. We got College World Series going on.
Yeah, a lot.
U.S. Open Golf's right around the corner.
UFC last night.
UFC last night. I mean, there's a lot going on, so it's that kind of busy time of year, and it's a lot of fun to kind of be able to come in and talk about it.
Yeah, and then you've got all of the people here, all you vacationers here playing travel baseball, 180-something teams over at the Public Sports Park. We were there last week. My son and his team come in second place and had a good time doing that. Burning up. One funny thing is we're sitting there on Sunday in the championship game, sitting there, and all of a sudden, out of the blue, a black snake just comes strolling right by my wife's foot, and I thought she was I thought she gave up the ghost for the moment there. I thought she was going to die. My dad and another guy grabbed this snake and
y'all wrestled it,
took him away.
I sit here like I'm calm. I despise snakes.
Yeah, my wife said, "Where were you?" I said, "Behind you."
Yeah,
you know.
So I said, I ain't got to outrun the snake. I just got to outrun you.
That's right. Dad and the other guy had him, so we were good to go. We're going to go ahead and go to the phone line. We are excited to be joined by Stone Cold Brian Austin, live on location in Omaha. Hey. Brian, how you doing, my man?
It's 11-2 Texas. I am doing good.
I know.
Right now.
I know
we are sending Bama home tonight.
Yeah, it looks really bad. I saw it earlier. It was 7-2, and I was like, man, not looking very good. Then you texted me, and I was like, yeah, he wouldn't text me if they were losing. So, Brian, tell us about it, though. Give us a little rundown. How's it been so far? I know you haven't been there but just a day or so.
Yeah, so, no, we just got in today. We landed at 11:45 and basically had to drive straight to the ballpark for the game. So I haven't got to do a lot of the stuff outside of the stadium yet, but this town is lively right now. This is so much fun. This is a great time.
So let me ask you this: who is, as far as the stands and the crowd, who's the crowd more of? Is it the Orange or is it the Bama?
No, way more Texas.
Yeah.
So y'all
way
traveled well
today.
Okay.
They travel well. I mean, it's still it was probably the stadium probably been about 80% at capacity at the beginning, and now there's not a Bama fan to be seen right now. They've all left already.
They've already gone home.
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
they've gone. And I'm sticking it through so we can sing the Eyes of Texas after this game is over with. And, yeah, wait on Oklahoma or Georgia tomorrow night.
How's the weather up there? It seem like it's a good time?
Absolutely. It is 80 degrees, no humidity, not a cloud in the sky. It's tremendous.
Wow. So are you going to go ahead and going over to Rocco's tonight and try to get that number up for the Texas Longhorns?
We are going straight to Rocco's as soon as this ends. Yes, we are going straight to Rocco's. Put some jello shots up.
I got you.
100%.
So give us the rundown of what happened at the game, because I wasn't able to get it all. But tell us kind of how it's been. So obviously only giving up 2 runs, your pitching's pulling yourself through, unlike what you did against Georgia that first game.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, we couldn't hit Georgia's pitcher. He threw the game of his life. I'm not gonna lie, but so far today we put up 3 in the first, 4 in the second, another 4 spot in the 6th inning. They've had 3 big innings and all hits. I mean, we've had 3 home runs already and absolute bombs too at the same time. But I mean, it hadn't been a mistake game by any means by anybody. It just Texas has been hitting the ball today.
Yeah, so. and that's what Coach Tyler Younger said, is that the ball, even though that field's really big, the ball does fly out sometimes, especially without the humidity there.
Yeah, we got a pretty good wind going out to right field, and the last 2 home runs from Texas have been straight out to right field and basically almost out of the stadium, both of them. So.
Wow.
Yeah.
So tonight is the later game between Georgia and Oklahoma, right?
Yep.
So are you guys gonna go check that out, or how does that work?
Absolutely not. I'm not being stuck in the stadium with Sooner and Bulldog fans. There's no way. There is no way.
I understand that.
There is no fan bases I cannot stand more than those 2 fan bases right there. Not a chance.
But I mean, it's got to be Oklahoma's got to be public enemy number 1, though, right?
So here I am. Honestly, I'm rooting for Georgia to beat Oklahoma tonight because I want to go ahead and eliminate Oklahoma tomorrow night. Because we ended up buying tickets. We got them right behind home plate tomorrow. We got great seats for the game. So I want to send Oklahoma home and then go ahead and we'll get our revenge on Georgia Wednesday and Thursday.
All right.
So.
Well, Brian, man, we appreciate you calling, and keep us updated. You can give us a call tomorrow after everything goes on. That'd be fantastic. And let us know how Rocco's goes.
Yeah, man. All right, bud. See you, man.
All right, buddy. Have a good one.
I got to tell you, it doesn't look like Texas is done. Bottom of the 8th, Texas up 11-2, 2 on, no outs.
Oh, gosh. Well, we're going to go ahead and go to the next caller. We got Mike on the line. Mike, how are you today, my friend?
Paul, I tell you what, I'd be fine if Oklahoma could beat Georgia.
I'd be surprised. I mean, Georgia has just been. I mean, they've been really unstoppable this year.
Georgia's not that good, but anyway, that's one of the takes I'm leaving you with. What do you and Jeff think of the World Soccer Tournament, of the World Cup?
Well, I'm glad you asked, because out of me and Jeffrey, we've got Brian here, and Brian is an absolute, I
love it.
He loves it. He watches it. He knows what's going on. So, Brian, Mike wants to know, how do you think the World Cup's going?
I mean, it's been very exciting, actually. Look, the United States, despite not being one of the world leaders in soccer, football, if you will. Infrastructure-wise, we are set up to host this event better than anybody in the world. We have we have these fantastic stadiums. The only thing here, the geography is a little rough. If you've got a game in Atlanta and a game in Seattle and then a game in Mexico City, it gets a little bit tough. But the stadiums are fantastic. Our areas like that are designed for big events, so we know how to do this stuff, and that has made this World Cup just a joy to watch. Been a lot of exciting games, only one or two kind of stinkers so far. And then the U.S. getting off to the hot start that they did has so much excitement going. We had 16 million watch that game the other night. It's unbelievable.
Can I give you my take?
Yes.
I think, frankly, we could do without it because we got enough sports. And watching them people run around on the field and score and get hurt just isn't my idea of how World Cup should be played. We got enough sports the way it is without the World Cup. And I'm sorry, Paul. I'm sorry, Ryan. And I'm sorry, Jeff. But that's my honest opinion. And I don't like the World Cup. I wish we do away with it.
Yeah. Look.
Well, I'll tell you this, Mike.
Not for me to tell you what to watch.
Hey, I'll tell you this, Mike. I haven't watched one kick. So there you go.
Since it started, I have not turned it on, and I refuse to turn it on until it's over. Now, let me ask you another question. What the heck, and this is for Paul, what the heck is going on with our Atlanta Braves, Paul? They're losing all of a sudden.
Well, yeah, just going through a little, lull right now. It's okay though. We'll get back on target tomorrow night. So that'll be all right. We'll be okay. I knew it was going to happen, but I'm just glad that we still beat the Mets one game at least. So that's good. It's going to be all right. We're going to be okay.
Yeah, but is there any College World Series games on ESPN 104.3 tonight?
Not tonight. The Bama and Texas are playing right now. I think they just scored another run, just 12-2. So that one's kind of, if you want to call it a game.
Runners at second and third, nobody out, 12-2. Yeah.
Who's winning?
Texas.
Yeah.
About to
Good.
send.
I want Alabama to win.
Yeah, Alabama's going home.
Alabama's about to ask Ole Miss what was the easiest way to get out of town.
Yep.
Yeah. I think you're right. Well, Paul, I'll be back tomorrow, and I'll be back Wednesday, but I won't be here Thursday.
All right, Jeff. Well, we appreciate you, my friend. All right, Mike. Thank you.
Appreciate you. Take care, Jeff. Take care, Paul. Take care, Brian.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much. So tell us, though, I mean, does the USA, because, I've got people that I talk to, does the U.S. soccer team really have a chance to place, do well? I know that a lot of people are saying, they don't have a chance to win.
They don't.
And there's if you're trying to, say for example, if you want to throw some money on them or whatever to make it or whatever, they say that's probably not the smartest bet.
Well, no, just as far as, look, we had a phenomenal night. It's probably as good as I've seen the U.S. team play. Maybe, and I'm old enough to remember this, the last time it was in the States when we beat Colombia. Mm-hmm. I remember thinking that's one of the biggest games there because Colombia was pre-tournament favorites. So that one was pretty big, but I don't think we played better than we did the other night. Now, that being said, the goal that we conceded to Paraguay, one of the top 5 or 6 teams in the country, gets 3 of those on us. Sometimes our pressure, we overcommit, we leave things open. Really highly skilled, talented teams can exploit us. The difference is we can actually hit back now. We've got a really good attack. If Pulisic can stay healthy, looks like it was more precautionary than anything else with him, with a calf issue. I think he's okay, but if we can stay healthy and get a little confidence, the crowd is growing behind this team.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of people who watch going, I'll see what this team is about. Wow, we're really good.
Yeah.
We're all right. I mean, we're a good team. We're definitely top half of this tournament.
Well, look,
but realistically, if we made it to the quarterfinals, that'd be the final 8. That would be fantastic for us. That's as far as we've ever been.
Yeah.
And if we win our group, there's a real chance at that. The final 16 should be done.
Yeah.
The quarters is tough, but it depends how the draw goes. It's kind of like the NBA Finals worked out. It depends how the draw goes. So,
is this team though? Because I think they retooled it, right? This is a newer group. It's not a lot of the older heads that everybody recognizes anymore. Some of those guys have kind of moved on.
Yes and no. I mean, the older heads in the team are only older heads because we were giving them time 8 years ago as 18 and 19-year-olds.
I got you.
You know, the Pulisic and Weston McKennie, guys like that. But they've augmented it with, they've got good experience. They've got some good new young players. Flo Balogun, the guy who scored twice, actually kind of grew up in England and was kind of in their youth system, but he has, you know, some family lineage with the United States. He wasn't going to get into the England squad. He decided to come represent the United States, and he's been a wonderful reveal for us. So it's a good balance. They talk about this in international soccer about hitting the right years. You know, you could have good names, but they could be on the tail end of their career, and your new up-and-comers haven't really gotten there yet. Right now, we've got kind of a good balance of the 2 or 3 kind of key vets for us have been in these, so they've got experience. Our young players are ready. Like, they were ready to make this step now. You know, they weren't a year away.
Yeah.
So, and Maurizio Pochettino has been a pretty good coach for us in terms of bringing a new kind of a concept, an idea of how to play, because he brings that European style to us. A lot of our top guys are playing in Europe now, whereas 32 years ago they were not. So there's a lot going for us. I'm afraid to go a little too far. To me, I always thought we would definitely get out of the group because I don't think our group is crazy strong. It's balanced. I wasn't sure we'd get to the round of 16, but if we can win our group, we'll get a pretty favorable draw, and I think we can get to the round of 16. And if we happen to match up well with somebody, we could get to the quarters. But I think that's where it ends.
Pochettino. You said Pochettino?
Pochettino or
I mean,
Pochettino.
obviously that's not an American name.
No.
So what do? They can get anybody they want to coach
the
the team.
Brazilians have the Brazilians have an Italian for the first time ever, a non-Brazilian's coaching them, Carlo Ancelotti. He's also one of probably the 5 best managers in the history of the game.
But the striker, I don't remember.
Flo Balogun.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. So these guys have these names, Paul. I mean, not everyone's Wilson and Simpson. Let's be honest.
That's right.
Well,
You know,
I mean,
the
but
guy
that's
was born
American.
in New York City.
Okay.
But if they went abroad and got trained in football,
Well, they do
soccer-
change their name though.
Well,
No. The person could be an immigrant. I mean, both
Yeah.
their parents could be from another country, and they feel like soccer is important, and then they see that the guy's got talent, and then they put him in a school like, you know, Peyton Manning puts his son in a school to develop in a certain sport. You know, that's what these guys do. So it's kind of like a tale that, you know, it's I don't know.
It ain't like a basketball.
No.
It's different than basketball.
Yeah.
You'll see it at the World Baseball Classic slightly. The only other time you really see what's going on here is at the Olympics. Whereas you'll see someone and you're like, you know, how is this guy representing Curacao or the United Arab? Like Curacao, who played Germany yesterday.
7-1.
Yeah, got a goal, though. Like, for them, this is their first tournament. Getting a goal against Germany was a massive thing. And for 17 minutes, that game was tied. It was crazy.
Wow.
But there's only one player on that team who was actually born in Curacao. Now, there are family dynamic. I want to say the way the lineage goes, you must have at least one grandparent from that. You know, that's as far as it can go. It can't be like your fourth cousin, you know, twice
So wait, there
removed.
actually is a requirement?
No, there has to be family requirement, or I don't know, or you could become a naturalized citizen as well. I think with Balogun, I think he was born here, but there are some who will use a grandparent's lineage. There's 7 sets of brothers in the World Cup this year. I'm trying to remember off the top of my head. Doué. One of them plays for France. One of them plays for Algeria. They're brothers.
Yeah.
Obviously, raised in the same household, this, that, or the other. They were, but there's different lineage. Desiree Doué is one of France's key players. His brother is not. So he decided he's going to represent Algeria so he could go to the World Cup.
Just like Deion Sanders' kids.
Yeah.
Splitting them up.
Splitting
One
them up.
plays for
Well,
Canada because he can't play for the
Well,
U.S.
I'm going to tell you this, though, and I'm just going to be honest. I know you love it, and this is not
I
a
understand.
downplay. No wonder I don't like it, because I don't like any of that. I want you're born here, you live here, you play here, and
Alabama recruits from Louisiana, Mississippi, and Florida.
Yeah, but
when
that's
it comes
the
to
same.
football.
Heck, we're all under the same thing.
we got
I'm just
Australian punters now.
I just don't love it. No wonder a lot of people don't translate from my world over to it.
There's a couple of reasons. One, and anybody who watches the NBA and claims they don't watch soccer because of the flopping is killing themselves. I don't understand that. But the flopping,
it's real, right?
Yeah, rolling
It
around
happens.
like you've been shot,
Yeah.
and then you're up 5 seconds later. Yeah, that's a problem.
Broke my ankle.
The main thing that you get, and this is a difference of kind of just personal taste, is they don't feel like there's enough goals.
Right. Right.
It's like the people who don't like a really hard-fought 10-7 football game. I understand.
Defensive.
I happen to. I like the build-up, and I like a goal meaning something. But I get why people don't like soccer. I do. I just happen to love it.
See, there's a problem. And you know, other sports I know, football and basketball, they're trying to get that arena with the fireworks and the lighting and chanting and all that kind of stuff and all that. But baseball is similar to it. It's at least scores more, but they have to get you interested in it, like active. Like you're just sitting there and watching a game that might end 5-3 in baseball.
Yeah.
I'm watching soccer yesterday. It's the Dutch against the Japanese. It's 2-1. And I'm hearing the commentator, and he gets all excited. And I'm like, oh, did someone score? No.
Yeah.
You know, it's like still 2-1.
But a chance.
It's still 2-1. Yeah. But if I just kept on watching, Paul, it gets the 88th minute, which is only basically 2 minutes left, and they tied it up 2-2. So I think it ended in a tie. And I'm like,
they did
2-2.
Here's what it reminds me of, Jeff. It reminds me of when you've got a fourth quarter lead and you are just on pins and needles sitting there going, we're going to screw this up. We're going to screw this up. They're going to like it's that anticipation and the building of the moment. And it may come, it may not come. You know, again, it's an acquired taste. Obviously, a lot of the world loves it. It's growing in the United States. I happen to really enjoy it. But it's not just the soccer, which I think has been actually really good so far, the spectacle of it all. Now, this is going to be the biggest one ever. It's the first time they've ever taken 48 teams. This is going to last about 5 weeks.
Wow.
Are we still going to be that hype 5 weeks from now? I don't know.
Not when our team's out.
But, well,
yeah.
You say that, the final 4 years ago, people still talk about with Messi finally getting his first World Cup win. That's the best finals game there's ever been.
Do you feel like if it doesn't have one of those names, though, like a Messi or Ronaldo or an American, that it will fall off, though? Or do you think people will grab?
There will be a minor drop-off when the Americans go out just because the people who kind of floated in on the other night will drop, and that's okay.
Yeah.
That's to be expected. Probably brought more people in than we would have ever otherwise. I think just by the nature of it, there's enough world-class names that you're going to end up with at least one, if not multiple, in the final, regardless of who
Well,
makes.
they're going to introduce you to somebody. Like last time is Mbappe from France.
Yeah, I mean, he had been on the radar of soccer, but
Yeah.
yes, he made this is what brings the names to the masses. This is why you ask someone who doesn't like soccer, they know Messi, they know Ronaldo.
Yeah, they know
now
them
they know
too.
Mbappe.
Neymar, not so much.
Yeah, and he's dropped off. They actually brought him to the tournament this year, but he's past his prime a lot. But there are guys. The French team has several kind of up-and-coming players. Spain with Lamine Yamal, who burst on the scene at the European Championships 2 years ago as a 16-year-old. He's 18 now. He's probably that next world superstar.
Wow.
But what's also interesting, though, is the countries and their interactions with each other. Because I was watching a thing where the Brazilians were watching the Germany game, and they were like dropping their food and everything. Like they were like, "Oh no, the Germans are good."
Well, that's because the Germans in Brazil beat Brazil 7-1 12 years ago. It was the worst loss.
That was a jaw dropper because that was the semis.
That's like your country getting bombed. Like the way Brazil took that, it was absolutely brutal. But
and that was like in the semis, like the Final Four, I think.
Yeah, it was, and the tournament was in Brazil. Like that was the thing that really kind of knocked Brazil back. Like that really hurt.
I'm just not feeling it.
Okay, but if you beat Paraguay, which Paraguay is about soccer, let's be honest.
No, they're a good team, and the thing that was so surprising was they're a good defensive team that we put up that much on. Let me give you an interesting possibility. There's a couple, because the way they're doing the draw this year with that many teams, there's so many different possibilities of who could play each other. The round of 32 has never existed. It always went from pool play to the round of 16. We have more teams now. Now they have a round of 32. There is a possibility that in the round of 32, the United States could play Iran.
That's who I want to play. Iran.
That would be crazy interesting because Iran is not able to have camp in the United States. They've had to do it in Mexico because of different visa issues and things.
What do you mean? Oh my gosh, they should.
We could draw Canada or Mexico in the second round either.
I want Iran, and then I want China. And
China's not in it.
Okay, well, I'll take.
I want Canada because they booed our anthem the other night, and I just want to knock them out.
Yeah. Can they fight like soccer, or like hockey, or no? Can they
get a red card?
They can fight, but no, they're not going to be encouraged, and they're not going to just.
Question of the day: should soccer allow fighting like hockey to make it more interesting for us?
Let me tell you why no, because I've seen soccer fights. Look.
Oh yeah.
These are the worst fights ever. These are no, they're flying leg kicks.
Oh, okay.
You don't see
Jackie
punches.
Chan's in the building.
You don't see punches. You see.
Okay.
You remember how that one guy, a fight would break out, and one guy would come running from the back and do this crazy cheap shot? That's what all the soccer players do in a fight.
Okay.
They wait till someone's not looking and do these flying leg kicks. It's terrible.
Well, we just got an update. It's 14-2. Texas is really just laying it on Alabama right now.
Ball game.
So
do you believe if two SEC teams are playing, it's not the regular season, it's the College World Series, but two SEC teams are playing, can they run rule them, Paul? Do you want to just be put out of your misery?
No, I don't want to run rule.
Not
just like I didn't.
You only got 3 outs to go.
Just like I didn't want to be destroyed by Indiana. So Alabama now in the playoffs for baseball and football have been destroyed in playoffs. So there you go. So not a great year for Alabama, even though we did make it. Which is better than LSU because they didn't make it. But we're going to go ahead and take our next break. So it's over with. Alabama is going to be going home just like Ole Miss. When we come back, we've got to discuss this NBA Finals Championship, the biggest for New Yorkers. You're listening to the Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson right here at 104.3 ESPN, Northwest Florida.
Are you tired of little radio stations with little signals that drop off at the edge of town?
She did say,
Well, bless their hearts. This is the most powerful sports signal in the Panhandle. You found the Sports Talk Monster. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
This is Anna with ESPN Northwest Florida with your Monday's weather. The remainder of the day, there will be a moderate breeze out of the west, a possibility of thunderstorms, and some sun and 86. A variety of partly cloudy skies and light sprinkles tonight, about the same at 80. Tomorrow, partly cloudy in the morning but otherwise likely thunderstorms and a high of 83. About the same at 84 Wednesday, and we'll have possible thunderstorms. This forecast is brought to you by Earthworks of Northwest Florida. Thank you for keeping that dial on ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
DraftKings Sports is live in all 50 states. Yes, that means you, Florida. The whole world is watching one tournament right now. Group stage chaos, knockout drama, stoppage time heartbreak. The DraftKings Sports app is now live in Florida. So whether you're catching the early kickoff before work or the late match at the bar, you're in on every minute, every match, every moment, all in one app, right here in Florida. The world's biggest stage is in the palm of your hand. New DraftKings customers sign up now with code NWFlorida. Spend $5 to get $200 in total rewards. That's code NWFlorida in partnership with DraftKings. The crown is yours. Event trading offered by DraftKings. Predictions, a CFTC registered introducing broker. Trading involves risk of loss. Market availability varies. Eligibility restrictions apply. $50 every 7 days via click-to-claim issued in non-withdrawable prediction dollars that expire in 1 year. Ends June 28. Terms, dkng.co/predictions promo.
Your safety and proper care of your boat in an emergency is crucial. When it comes to on-water assistance, response time is everything. And since 1996, in the Bay or on the Gulf, it's Seato. Seato's Coast Guard licensed captains are on the scene in an average of 1 hour or less. Seato gets members home or back to boating faster. Become a member today at Seato.com or call 850-234-2323.
We're giving away double
the boiled seafood.
all yours just for tapping your phone. It's the Lone Star Daily Double Boil.
Daily double boil.
On 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Just open the ESPN Northwest Florida app and smash that enter contest button.
Do it now.
Do it now.
It's a daily chance to win 2 $25 gift cards.
Winning.
For the ultimate local seafood hookup.
Mouth-watering shrimp.
Buttery red royals.
All things crab.
Tap the app, win the eats. Get to clicking on the ESPN Northwest Florida app.
The Lone Star Daily Double Boil runs June 8th through the 19th, courtesy of the Lone Star Boil House, downtown Panama City. 1 prize per listener. Winners can claim prizes at ESPN Northwest Florida, 204 Ellen Lane, Suite B, Panama City Beach. The ESPN Northwest Florida app is available at Google Play and the Apple Store.
The Sports Blitz.
Woo! Welcome home, baby.
104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
We are back live and local right here at 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. This is the Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson, and you're tuned in at 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. 850-215-6290 is the way you get us, and we can also respond to your Facebook post as well as YouTube and Twitch. We can definitely do it. Guys,
Not even Germany beat Curacao 14-2, Paul. That was ugly today.
I know. It's all right.
Which is a multiplier by 2.
Yeah,
Alabama going home again. Made it. Let me ask y'all this real quick.
You're the everything school, man.
Making it and not making it still matters, right?
Yeah.
Even if you don't win it. Like, you want
It
your team to make it.
It was an excellent season, especially when you consider 2.5 years ago, Alabama's head coach was calling bookies to lay bets against his team because he was manipulating who his pitchers were from the dugout.
Right.
We've come a long way in 2.5 years.
Yeah, but we could get us a judge in Galveston to reinstate him, and he'd be available to go because, I mean, the NCAA, there's rules, but there's really not rules.
Paul, you're just being ridiculous now. He's not a player.
Yeah, but
he's
who
not
cares?
a player.
If players can do it. Coaches can do it.
Coaches are evil rich guys.
Trainers can do it.
Coaches
now.
are the
And your
evil
basketball
rich.
players are just a bunch of weed sellers.
And G League players, weed sellers and G League players. Why not? Let's go. I mean, you're about to bring that to LSU very soon. Coming to a school near you, Will Wade.
And at Georgia, they're the future of NASCAR.
That's right. They love driving fast cars in NASCAR too.
But you're saying, we were talking about it, a week, not even a week ago, about Alabama being the everything school. Y'all get in the playoffs and everything, right?
Yeah.
Are y'all a top 5 school in the SEC overall as your athletic program?
Yes,
So.
Yes,
you are.
Yeah. And that's what you want. But if you sit here and listen to Brian Austin talk, I mean, is Texas in that group now that they've made it in football, now that they made it in baseball, the women have won. The basketball team has, they're getting better.
You can't.
So who's the top 3?
You can't even start a conversation with just saying that Georgia's number 1.
No.
You can't.
No, because Alabama and Texas both have a right. Because Georgia hadn't won any championships lately either on the football side, which is what we heavily look upon.
What do you mean lately? It was 2022.
Yeah.
4 years.
4 years ago. Mm-hmm. That's a long time.
Oh my!
Trump wasn't even president yet.
There is actually an argument, to be made about would you rather your team be consistently good, like 9-3, 10-2 every single year, but not win one, or you win a national championship and then you have 7 years of awfulness.
Auburn. Yeah.
Ooh. Well, Auburn went back 3 years later.
Yeah.
But after 13, maybe you could say that. I mean, but is there some, all right, I'll give you a perfect example. Baseball, the Marlins.
Yeah.
97, World Series champion, blew up the team.
Done.
2003, World Series champion, blew up the team. They won 2 World Series in 6 years.
6, yeah.
There's a lot of teams that you have. I mean, the Dodgers just a couple of years ago had to go all the way back to 88. The Tigers haven't won since 84. I don't think the Orioles have won since '83.
I mean, the Red Sox and the Yankees both have. It's been a while for them too now.
Yeah, the Yankees haven't won since '09.
Yeah.
So, I mean, is that a better franchise, or would you rather be a franchise that's always,
good
solid
and
playing well? I mean, there's a real argument there.
Jeffrey, I know you do. You want your team involved every time, even if they don't win a national championship, for sure.
Yeah, and I value some sports more than others, obviously. I mean, when we're talking about a top 5 program, you wouldn't even think to even mention Oklahoma because gymnastics title doesn't count. But you win softball regular season, that doesn't count because you didn't get to the championship game.
Right.
So then Oklahoma's a disappointment. Are they top 5? They might actually squeeze into the top 5.
They are because baseball they wouldn't have played. They're in the playoffs still in. And football they were in. And women's softball they were, right there at the cusp.
Who bounced them?
Yeah, exactly.
So Texas is probably edging out Texas A&M as far as the whole program goes.
Yeah.
That softball thing kind of saved Texas a little bit.
But their baseball run and their basketball run and their football run 2 years ago helped them out there.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you got to say.
So is Texas the second best program after
saying,
Georgia?
No, it's got to be Alabama right now because Alabama's made it further in all 3.
No, Georgia's made the same distance as Alabama. They made it to the final 8.
Okay, so if Georgia's number 1, then Alabama has to be number 2.
You don't think Texas?
No.
Texas is still in baseball. It's not a done deal.
But they didn't make the playoff this year in football.
Football,
right?
Yeah.
And Alabama didn't make it the year before.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like a tie at second, really.
Yeah. So you don't think that maybe the softball pushes Texas in because they have the title.
They have a title, so if they do get it.
Ironically, if you're looking and look, I may have missed somebody who won an indoor track title, but
right.
Texas A&M, I believe, won women's tennis.
Mm-hmm.
Auburn won men's golf.
But the
Texas
other
won
sports,
women's softball.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to think of who actually has
the championship
all-around
trophies.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing. I think it is Georgia, whether it's Texas or Alabama right there. Then you got to go Oklahoma at number 4. Do we go Ole Miss next?
No.
Well,
actually, it's not that bad of an argument. But if you really look at the tail of the tape of what Texas A&M has done this year in multiple sports, you'd be like, wow, Texas A&M is not a bad program.
Yeah, but College World Series and the football semifinals, that's tough. Those are their basketball wasn't very good. But
their basketball and their women's softball wasn't very good. But I mean, when we talk about the way the college baseball has gone. We have to talk about something. I know sometimes you guys don't like to talk about all the rigmarole that goes online, but I love talking with both of y'all because y'all both get frustrated and I get to poke at you a little bit. But over the weekend, we had something that happened that kind of was a little bit of a stain on, trying to take over another sport again. This year we've had all of the mess going on with football about the transfers and the NIL and Lane Kiffin and this and that and fighting and tampering and all that. But now, over the weekend, Pat McAfee got into it with the manager at Rocco's.
Yeah.
And it turned a little bit bad for all the parties involved because it's like he goes there to buy it, to buy the shots, and he wants to put a nice little pitch of money in there. And, the manager says, he's like, well, how do we do this? And the manager says, well, I mean, you can pay it, cash or whatever. And he's like, well, I'd just like to write a check. And so the manager says to Pat McAfee, your check will probably bounce, and walks away and was serious. It wasn't a joke. And so McAfee got pretty upset about it, called him out on his show, which millions of people watch and millions of people follow him. And, again, it's not about that. But I did want to see what you guys thought about that because, it's a part of the tradition of everybody going to Rocco's. Now it's a big deal. Social media keeps up with it. Everybody talks about it. And now you got someone like McAfee's influence on this game. And West Virginia, Mountaineers are still in it. Do you think McAfee shouldn't have done it that way and should have just kept his mouth closed? Or do you think McAfee has the right to say what he wants because the guy shouldn't have said, you know what, your check's going to bounce if you write a check?
You go first, Brian, because I'm going to.
Well, I got to tell you, I mean, for those, and look, I'm older, but I wasn't even aware of this till you just said it.
I figured, but you've been watching a lot of soccer.
I could care less.
You've been watching a lot of soccer.
That's right. I could care less. That being said, I mean, I don't care that he talked about it. I don't really care that the guy, I don't know if he was trying to make a joke. I don't know if he doesn't like McAfee, if there's a reason for that. You never know. I mean, I don't know. I don't care. But there is an old saying, and it goes back to the old days of Prince, like you never, criticize someone who buys ink by the barrel.
Yeah.
And if somebody has a platform to come back at you, then you probably don't want to go at them. I don't know the context of it, nor do I care, so I'm going to leave it at that and let Jeff have it from here.
All right. I was a restaurant manager for quite a few years. Okay. If somebody comes into your restaurant and you're slammed out busy, it is the busiest day of the year, because that's what McAfee just did. First round of the College World Series.
Yeah.
And you come into my restaurant and you're bossing things around and you're saying, give me so many Jell-O shots now. They pre-make that stuff in the morning time.
Yeah.
They don't just appear all these Jell-O shots in different colors, and I mean, West Virginia. Do you think that they would win the Jell-O challenge if it wasn't for McAfee? No, they would not. They would not be in the running. But anyway, he comes in to my restaurant and he just starts barking and he acts like he's the boss and everything. And it's like, listen, man, I'm busy. I've got this going on, this going on. The kitchen's can't make enough pizzas quick enough and everything. There's a context that's not being, I don't want to say, it's not being used. And I don't think McAfee has the ability to put himself in the manager's shoes. And we don't know the whole context of the whole conversation of what happened. But, McAfee, just like you have a Yelp or Google review, it's your own opinion. Because I've read some Yelp reviews that were complete hogwash.
Yeah.
Complete hogwash. So do I believe that McAfee can do it? Sure, you can do it. Does everybody have to believe him? No. It's like, what's the guy that does the pizza reviews? Is Barstool?
Yeah.
Oh, Portnoy.
Portnoy.
Yeah, Portnoy. Do you think that his reviews of all these pizzas are really accurate? No, they're not. Because they're a matter of opinion. I don't even like pizza like he likes his pizza. I like my pizza different. Mm-hmm. So this is all a matter of opinion. I don't really take it as Bible truth that McAfee, believes what he wants to believe. And look, Rocco's is not going out of business. They're right across the street from the stadium. Everybody knows where they're at. They got a line out the door before McAfee ever stepped into town. And McAfee doesn't know anything about that town.
He was going to go there and try to have the show there. He was going to try to host
That's
the show
another
there.
thing. They don't have any room for that.
Yeah.
The line down the street, around the block, to the neighboring business? No. They don't need that. They're already killing it. Go to Blatt Beer and Table or go to the Mattress Factory. They're in Omaha, and you'll be killing it. And they'll have lines like that when it's all done.
There is an either conscious or subconscious thought a lot of times by guys like McAfee who are in this and who actually may mean well or may not. It doesn't matter. But they have, because of past experience, they have this understanding that I'm doing you a favor by coming to your restaurant and doing this.
Yeah.
And that's how it starts. And so anytime they're met with any kind of reasonable pushback, it's very disconcerting for them. And a lot of times they don't know how to deal with it. So it could be very well just something as much as exactly what you said. It's the restaurant owner's like, dude, I got a million things going on here. I don't need you. Like it's...
Yeah.
We're
just making 1,000.
What do you mean you don't need me? I'm Pat McAfee,
We're just making 1,000 pizzas in the next 4 hours.
Who knows?
That's all we're doing here.
Well, he still bought the number, right? He still bought it, but because of the guy, he decided not to buy too much because the way it's set up is that, a portion of the, and he made a big point about this. This is what he made a big point about, and we'll talk about it, but. Only a small portion of the shot. I think it's a $5 shot. I think it's what it is. $1.50 goes to the charities.
Yes.
Right? The $3.50 goes to the Rocco's. And he was making the point that Rocco's tries to act like that the charity is the big part of it, but it's not. He said Rocco's is there to make money. They're making hand over foot. They're manipulating people. I was trying to buy them and trying to get them going. And so that's kind of how that went. And what he did is he didn't buy as much as he was going to because the guy wouldn't take his check. But what he did is he said, you know what, just for spite, for his worker that served me, I left the largest tip in Rocco's history. The tip wasn't disclosed, but it turns out that he left the large. He spent the rest of the money of the $30,000 that he was going to spend on the shots to give it to the person that actually waited on him and didn't get the money to Rocco's.
He brought a checkbook?
He brought a checkbook.
A real checkbook? Wow.
McAfee has a checkbook.
See, now, though, Pat's made it about Pat.
Yeah.
And that's, I don't love that. The thing he has to understand in this, number one, no, not everything's going to go to charity because you have to pay for, all of the ingredients that go in this. You got to pay for the people who put them together. You got to pay for the lights. You got to pay for the power. But there are things you have to pay for.
Right.
And the other thing he doesn't consider is this is Black Friday to Christmas for Rocco's in Omaha.
Exactly.
In fact, for anything in Omaha.
Of course.
That's what this is. This 2 weeks, that's what this is. And so, he's not in there spending $30,000 in there on October the 14th.
No. Nope.
These guys have to make sure that they cover themselves for the downtimes for the rest of the year. That's what these are for.
Well, I'm going to give you the leaderboard just so everybody knows. West Virginia is leading 21,715. Ole Miss coming in second, even though they've already departed.
They're going to
drown
fade
their
quick.
sorrows.
No, they're going to fade quick. You know why? They all left town, Paul. It's a done deal.
8,382, so a big drop-off there.
Yeah.
An even larger drop-off. Number 3, Troy at 3793.
All right, let's go Trojans.
And then number 4, Georgia, 3235. Oklahoma, 2920. North Carolina, 2,805.
And where's Texas?
Alabama, 2,073. And Texas pulling in the caboose at 1,937.
But you heard it. Brian didn't get there until
He
today.
ain't there yet until now. It's going to go right up, and he's going to shoot them up.
You think he's going to buy 10 shots for $50?
Oh, no. I think he's going to buy 100 shots.
What?
I think so.
Wow.
And start handing them out. But he wants that number of Texas to at least get above the number
I'll be honest
ahead
with
of
you.
him.
I'll be honest with you. I had a Jello shot there, and I was like,
a joke.
Yeah, it's a joke.
I've never had one, so I don't know.
Yeah. And to be honest with you, it doesn't take 20 cents to make that Jello shot. But then if you do have 20 cents of labor and then 10 cents of overhead, you now have a 50-cent Jello shot that you made,
wow.
and then half, only half.
That's some good math.
Only 50% of that other $4.50. It's 50% of the profits go to charity. So that's $2.25.
The only place I would say that's paying 20 cents in labor these days is construction, and there's reasons for that.
I'm glad you cleared that up.
But if you're making it in bulk, I mean, those Jello shots, they're putting a tray inside of a fridge.
Yeah, like how we used to make Jello back in the day. That's how you do it. Same way. Yeah, same thing, just a little added alcohol to it, which thanks. Jello shots.
Eighth for Texas, they should be ashamed.
Yeah.
But you know what? They're sober.
Guess what? Everything's not bigger in Texas. There you go.
True.
So either way, here we go. We're going to go ahead and take our next break. When we come back, we'll finish up the hour talking about some baseball. You're listening to the Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson right here at 104.3 ESPN, Northwest Florida.
104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Hey, Rob, guess what?
What?
Real local winners.
You won the Lone Star Daily Double Boil.
Come on, man.
Are you ready to crush some seafood?
Yes, I am.
You ready to eat like a local?
I always do.
You got $50 to the Lone Star Boil House just for listening on the ESPN Northwest Florida app, Rob.
That's fantastic.
Keep listening to Win on the Gulf Coast. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Golf is a game that should be fun, but to have the most fun, you need to play your best. That's where the experts at Golf Plus come in. Their friendly staff will guide you through the buying process, answer all your questions, and can help with any repairs you need along the way. Golf Plus is your custom fitting, club repair, and golf retail shop. Golf Plus staff is non-commissioned and will work with you to find the best product for your game, just like they've been doing since 1988. Golf Plus in Panama City Beach. Fitting, repair, retail. That's Golf Plus.
Take the hassle out of pool ownership with Tropical Spas and Pools. Their weekly pool cleaning service covers it it all: water testing, chemicals, brushing, vacuuming, and a full equipment checkup, so you can just relax and enjoy. Ready to upgrade your backyard? They specialize in hot tub spas from entry-level to executive models, starting at $6,599. Plus, above-ground pools like an 18-foot round starting at just $4,295. Visit Tropical Spas and Pools, 3612 West 23rd Street in Panama City.
Hewitt Tire and Auto has been in business in Panama City forever. Locals taking care of locals. From the smallest to the largest vehicles, they do it all. But don't take my word for it. Listen to the experts.
Hewitt Tire and Auto, your certified AAA service center and hometown towing.
Visit them online at HewittTire.com.
On Airport Road in Panama City.
850-769-7323. Hewitt Tire and Auto Center and hometown towing.
104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida gets results. Here's Alan Watson from Gulf Plus in Panama City Beach.
When we first came to Panama City Beach to launch our business, we didn't really have a voice, and we didn't have any way of letting people know that we were here and we were new. ESPN Radio has given us a way to reach our audience, which is sports fans, because of being in the golf industry. And we've managed to grow the business while staying on the radio for 6 straight years. So it's been the kind of thing that's really helped us to grow. It's brought in the most business, and it's the thing that we're recognized for and people associate us with. I couldn't be happier with our association with ESPN Radio.
To see how 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida can help grow your business, go to ESPNPC.com and click the contact button. That's ESPNPC.com and click contact.
The new Sports Blitz.
Oh, yes!
Rants, hot takes, and huge reactions are incoming on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Welcome back. You're listening to the Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson right here at 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida, your spot for the Atlanta Braves. Don't forget the Braves tomorrow night. We'll be right after the show. Not tonight. We're going to be taking it off. You can watch the World Cup with Brian. 850-215-6290 is the way you do that. You can call in. You can text in on the line, and we will respond. Definitely going to go to the Facebook page.
Real quick, don't ever again say we're going to be taking it off. I just threw up in my mouth.
All right. Chris, Stephen said, how much moonshine do you think West Virginians brought with them to Omaha? A bunch or a little bit? Do you think that's why, they added to the shot number because they had already been moonshined up?
Pretty good.
I think so. Steve Barnes actually wrote on and said, when the NCAA tournament was filled, when it was announced, who had Troy being the last team standing from Alabama?
Isn't that amazing?
Ooh,
yeah. Alabama or
fired.
Mississippi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that would have been not.
Oh, yeah.
I was thinking of Steve the other day when Troy was playing Ole Miss, and that had to have been a tough one.
Who do you pick?
Been a tough one.
Yeah, that's the thing. We might get him on, especially if Troy wins. We'll get him on and see what he says.
Troy wins? Come on, man.
They got West Virginia.
Yeah, and then they got to go through UNC.
They played West Virginia pretty tough the first time now.
Yeah, 7-5.
They've done a good job.
Yeah.
And remember, they started the season so badly. That was why I wasn't looking at them getting out of the regional. Yeah. I didn't really dive deep into the fact that they were on this great run. If you really watch them this year, it makes perfect sense they're where they are. But a lot of people saw their overall record and thought, well, they're not that good.
Well, so after Southern Miss and Coastal Carolina, you don't even know who's the third best team in that Sun Belt in baseball.
Not usually. Now, Troy has been good, though, through the years. And that's why I thought they were down a little this year, because I was just looking at the basics. I wasn't thinking about the fact that they split with Georgia in Athens this year.
Yeah, they did.
In fact, I think they have a winning record against the SEC this year, I think, Steve.
Yeah, 5-2? I thought it was 8-6.
Oh, 8-6, okay.
Yeah.
But anyway, I mean, what they're doing has been great. It's been great for the town of Troy. It's been great for the university. It's been good for baseball.
I like it. I like it when these schools can compete, and you can see the excitement.
You say these schools,
but I mean,
talks down about.
Well,
them.
when you look at like Cal Poly, when you look at Milwaukee,
last year's Murray State.
Yeah. So I mean, those teams
where
like
it's
that.
Slightly different in baseball is they don't seem Cinderella to me. They have good players.
Mm-hmm.
who are scouted and who are going to be drafted. Maybe not the depth of which, but they're starters. I mean, that's not an inferior lineup.
But look at what happens, though. You never see the same Cinderella. I know you don't like calling that, but you never see the same Cinderella in baseball come back again because they get like pulled from all the other schools.
You say that, but we grew up in Mobile. South Alabama was top 25 basically every year. They just never made Omaha.
They never made it.
But they were top 25 every year.
Because of the new rules. Yeah. They pull them. They get all the big stars. You'll see it. You even see it on this year's teams. I guarantee you, any of the good teams from last year, you'll see those players on some of these Omaha teams this year because they saw them. They got recognized because of how good they played during the year.
But the teams that were originally a Cinderella, as soon as they go back, they're not a Cinderella anymore,
That's
Paul.
true.
So your Wichita State and your Creighton, they're not considered Cinderellas anymore.
Well, when you think about Wichita,
Coastal anymore,
right? When you look at Wichita, but they will be because they lost their coach. I think they're going to fall off. But if you look at teams like that, those lower level teams, you'll see them start pulling those players, especially in the transfer that we have now. It's going to be a lot more because if you look at it, we gave the numbers from the transfer. That's the biggest number on all of the teams. It's the transfers.
We've also seen it, and this is not a one-to-one example, but look at the Moss situation. Talking about one of the most highly touted, high school recruits in the country who went to one of the big schools, wasn't getting any playing time. Now he's going to go somewhere else. There's a lot of those.
Yeah.
So we're talking about a lot of talented players who maybe couldn't make the starting lineup or get enough innings or whatever with the big schools. They're going to go now play for these mid-majors. So, yes, some of the Cinderellas are going to lose some of these guys who popped up. There's a whole new batch of talent that's coming to them.
And you got to think that those teams that make it, now they say, hey, you can come here. We can't pay you the money, but you can get all the publicity. Look at what we did last year.
Cal State Fullerton.
Yeah.
Rice.
Right.
Rice is in the Conference USA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, are they really a Cinderella?
I mean, not for
baseball.
Wichita State and Cal State Fullerton, they were huge baseball schools.
Yeah.
That was,
every year.
Growing up, they were in every year, and that that kind of they didn't really, you never heard about their basketball team much until recently, Wichita State anyway, and then Cal State Fullerton, you didn't hear anything else about them but baseball.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. Well, if you do something really well, then you can get some talent, you can get people to come, and of course, being in California, that's a huge draw.
So is Rice a Cinderella?
Yeah, I think so.
They've been back.
Yeah, I think so. I think they are, and just like, you brought up Coastal Carolina, I think they're Cinderella. I do, because they don't have the resources.
I wouldn't consider Rice one. They've been around so long.
They've been there.
Coastal,
Dallas Baptist.
Dallas Baptist.
But they're not even in
UTSA.
They're not even in top 5 as far as money in the state of Texas being spent on any program.
Well, only on baseball.
Yeah,
I mean that school is all about baseball. That's all they are.
Yeah, and I mean they tried to do some things in football, but it just hasn't worked. It hadn't stuck.
I think even Tulsa had a good team like a year or two ago.
But that's the thing about baseball, though, and especially we talk about when you play that first game, you're going to see the the number one. How far of a drop off is number 2, and how far a drop off is number 3, and then what's the bullpen like? Because all it takes is matchups in baseball for sure.
So the scary part is that this is a lopsided bracket.
Yeah.
UNC is going to be well rested playing somebody good.
It'll be curious to see how it goes. Well, we're done for the first hour. When we come back, though, we got to talk about the NBA Finals and those New York Knickerbockers who Jeff loves so much. You're listening to the Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson right here, 104.3 ESPN, Northwest Florida.
Keep the game going with ESPN Northwest Florida. Just because you get out of the car doesn't mean the sports talk and live play-by-play have to end. Just say, hey, Alexa, open ESPN Northwest Florida. From Michigan Avenue to the man cave, from the car to the kitchen, we've got you covered. Keep the game going. Hey, Alexa, open ESPN Northwest Florida.
This is Joanna with your latest forecast on ESPN Northwest Florida this Monday. For tonight, very light rain and partly cloudy skies, and a low of 80 with a gentle breeze at 8 miles per hour out of the west. Tomorrow morning, very light showers and a possibility of thunderstorms with temps around 84. In the afternoon and evening, likely thunderstorms and light rain and a temperature near 84. This forecast is brought to you by Earthworks of Northwest Florida. Thank you for keeping that dial on ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
PCB Hobby, the beach's premier hobby store for sports cards, comics, coins, and trading card games. PCB Hobby carries the largest selection of boxes and packs from the latest releases of brands like Topps, Panini, Leaf, and more. Looking for a specific player or team? PCB Hobby has a wide assortment of raw and created cards. They carry parallel rookie, game used, and autographed cards in both modern and vintage. Have a collection you want to sell? We buy, sell, and trade. PCB Hobby on Back Beach Road, just east of Florida Linen. Call 850-320-8388.
Lone Star Boil House and Sports Bar, where the locals go for the best boiled seafood around. Crawfish, shrimp, red royals, and everything crabs. Watch almost every sporting event in the country on their huge outdoor jumbotron. Follow them on Facebook to stay up to date on weekly events, live music, and food and beer specials. Lone Star Boil House and Sports Bar, your home away from home for sports, good times, and great food. The best boiled seafood. Lone Star Boil House and Sports Bar, 320 West 5th Street, downtown Panama City.
WGSX Lynn Haven, WVLQ Port St. Joe. ESPN Northwest Florida.
The Atlanta Braves are on a mission, and night after night they are making their case as one of the best teams in baseball.
3-2 to Drake. He swings and hits a missile to deep right field to the chop house and out of here.
Tomorrow night, the Braves open up a big home series at Truist Park as the San Francisco Giants come to Atlanta for a National League showdown.
First pitch tomorrow night at 6:15 on your home for the Atlanta Braves on the Gulf Coast. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Karen bought 83 liters of Dr. Thunder, a suitcase full of Cheez-Its, and a drum of Crisco. Now she's crying about using the self-check at Walmart.
Maybe we should speak to a manager or something.
Just saying. ESPN Northwest Florida. Now back to the Sports Blitz.
What it do, people? It's the homie Lil Cash. Right now you tuned in with Paul Wilson on the Sports Blitz. 104.3 ESPN, Northwest Florida, the hottest sports show in the South. Let's go. It's Lil Cash with another hit with Paul Wilson on the Sports Blitz. Where they talk trash and they talk ish. When it comes to sports, man, they too legit. It's 104.3 ESPN. If you love sports, better chime in. NFL, college, local sports, they got it. NBA, they got it. Sports Blitz, the topic. The show hottest wasabi. Better tune in and go watch it. Hey, Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson. If you even tried, you can't stop it. Bone Crusher gon' pop it. No Jeff gon' pop it. Go like, comment, subscribe, and share. Right now.
Here we go. We are live and local right here at 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. This is the Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson, and we're so glad that you joined us right here on this beautiful day. A little bit of sun, a little bit of rain, a little bit of clouds, a little bit of wind. Panama City Beach for you right here. If you want to be a part of this show, you can be 850-215-6290 is the way you do that. We got Jeffrey here, Brian's here, Bone Crusher's here, and we're excited about talking a little bit about the NBA Finals has finally happened. The Knicks close it out in 5, 94-90. Shocker to me. I thought for sure if this didn't go 7, 6 would be a surprise, 5 would be a shocker. And had you had asked me at the beginning that one team was going to win in 5, I would have said, okay, Spurs are going to win it in 5, and the Knicks will be, rebooting and blowing this team up, finding them new players, or getting Giannis to come over for Karl Anthony Towns or something like that. Totally wrong. Totally missed it. I'll let you guys go first to talk about it. Obviously, the Knicks winning a championship for the first time in a long time, and the fans acted like total, absolute bad people. I hate the fans of New York as far as in the city, tearing up stuff because they won, tearing up stuff when they lost, and throwing eggs and doing the things. Brian, New York Knicks are your NBA Finals champion. How do you like it?
I think it's good for the NBA in the sense that the Knicks are one of the the kind of the key franchises, and I think it's always good when you have a team that hasn't won in 53 years gets that run and gets things excited. Now the fan stuff after the fact, that's just idiots.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't like it at all. I think all of us could have bet on that going into this, though.
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't have thought 5 before the series, but after Game 2, didn't surprise me at all. And not just because they were up 2-0 and had taken 2 in San Antonio. It was the way they did it.
Yeah.
The Spurs just – remember how we talked about we didn't think the Spurs – or a lot of us, I don't know if any of us picked San Antonio over the Thunder, but I know one of the things we were talking about was you can see the basics of a really good team, but they're not there yet. They're probably a year away. And I thought it would show itself in the Western Conference Finals. Now, they got through that, but in the finals, everything we had talked about with that to me showed. I don't think they're quite ready yet. What they needed – at their age and inexperience in that environment, they needed a Popovich. They didn't have it.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
It was bad coaching.
Yeah,
it was bad play.
Yep.
It's like Charles Barkley said, there was no plan B, C, D, E. There was nothing. And I do think they'll be fine going forward. I think they'll grow from this. I really do, because they're really talented. That organization may have to figure something out at the coaching end, though, because that was abysmal.
I don't know.
This coach will never win at the Spurs.
That was abysmal.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
Maybe he'll learn, too, but good gracious.
I mean,
he's going to have to.
This is his first year.
It was bad.
It's his first year. He just got there. He's a rookie head coach. I'm going to push back a little bit. Rookie head coach took him to the NBA Finals. The rookie beat the defending champions, who everybody kept saying 1 year away, 1 year away. Can't do it, can't do it, can't do it. Wemby's not ready yet. Wemby's not ready yet. His team's too young. Can't do it, can't do it. One of their best players, Dylan Harper, rookie. Castle, all these guys. Nope, too young, too young, too young. And they too young themselves all the way to the finals. And now we're saying that the coach, first year, too young, too dumb, didn't do it. Who ended up making the mistake? The veteran, De'Aaron Fox.
But real quick on this, because I know Jeff wants to get in on this. The only reason I would disagree with you, because, yeah, he's young. He's going to make mistakes. He could probably be a great coach. The problem is you have a team that's ready to go on a run now.
Mm-hmm.
Can you wait another year, 2 years, 3 years for him to get all this figured out in his career?
Y'all don't think Popovich said anything to him? Y'all don't think Popovich called him? You don't think Popovich called the team?
I think it's different when you're not the guy.
Yeah.
I do. So, I don't know.
He doesn't make any changes. And Saban, he sees something's different in the game and he makes the changes. This Spurs coach does not do that. You have to have that ability if you are now a head coach. You don't just go from being Jeff and just then being coach. You have to work your way up in the assistant ranks and all that and learn everything that there is to do with this job. And if you don't have that as a head coach, I'm sorry, you're not going to win a title.
What if he thought maybe we played through this before, we'll just do what we've always done, which is play through it again? I'm just pushing back a little bit because I thought the guy did a great job up until the debacle that they had. Obviously, they lost the 2 games at home, which was a crazy thing for them to do. But they were on the cusp of tying this thing up at 2-2 with the largest lead in NBA Finals history, but had the collapse. And these guys have played – Wemby's played championship basketball in France with adults, and so he knows how to play – in big games. Okay, it was at Madison Square Garden with all the world watching. Okay, I get it. It is big. Everybody had a little bit of nerves. If you saw the first quarter of the first game at New York, the Knicks were nervous playing in front of their own crowd. That's why the score was so lopsided at the beginning, in which they ended up losing that game too. Game 3.
The score was lopsided because they're talented. If they came in there fresh, they knew what they had to do. They had to just...
Well, their back was against the wall. They were down 0-2 coming into a new place.
They led in every single game.
Yeah.
In the first half.
And if you look at how, I agree with you making transitions and making changes, like that's what legendary coaches do. We talk about that. You name Nick Saban, greatest of all time. You name Popovich, greatest of all time. Guy, one of the greatest. One of the greatest.
He's very good.
Yeah, I mean, one of the greatest coaches of all time. Top 10, whatever, 15, whatever. But this guy, I mean, I don't even know I can't even remember his name right now. But I'm just saying, I think, I don't think did Mike Brown out-coach him, or did the
Yes.
Knicks just outplay him?
No, both.
Mostly out coaching though.
But here's the thing: when you're a head coach, even at the NBA level, we don't put the same emphasis on a head coach in basketball like we do in football because it's not tactical every single play. However, what is the thing we tend to see the great coaches get right all of the time in football? Adjustments at halftime, adjustments when things aren't going your way. That is where a head coach can make a difference. So in this, look, the Knicks or the Spurs are up 29 or they're up whatever going into the fourth quarter. In this, I think they were up like 6 or 7.
Like almost every game, like you're saying, though.
If things start to go awry, there are things you can do as a head coach to change things up. Even if it's not your bread and butter, you need to do something to break the monotony of what's going on, to break the momentum of the other team, to change things up. And none of that was done. There is something to be said for play your game, but at a certain point, you have to be willing to go in and do something as a coach that breaks things up. He never did that. And these guys were like deer in headlights at the end of it because of it. So I'm not saying the entirety of this loss is on the head coach. I'm saying when he had opportunities to do things differently, he did not take them. An experienced coach would have.
And that's what I'm asking, though, because like what you said, we kind of go into the third quarter. Everything that we've done thus far is working. The momentum of the game, the flow of the game, everything, all of those games have been working. And then there's things that come out.
I'm doing a Kirby clap. You call a timeout.
He
bring
did.
your guys in, but you change. Didn't change anything. Any game.
Well, he
Same
did.
players in there.
Yeah, hold on. I'm gonna push back even some more. He did change it in the 29-point game. Look at the first 3 quarters. Who was your guy that was bringing the ball up and who was scoring a lot of points? Dylan Harper.
They're still straight chucking
Harper
threes.
didn't shoot any more in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
He changed it and gave the ball to De'Aaron Fox and said, let's do this. And
You
it
just
seemed like
you just had a different person still playing a perimeter chuck threes game. I would slow the game down, bring it inside, outside, back door, pick and roll, everything. You do anything differently you can to either get the Knicks to make a mistake or keep them honest. Then you open up a better shot, whatever. I didn't see any of that. I maybe saw a different person, but they were doing the same thing.
Yeah, but if they hit 5, okay, so they were red hot first quarter, second quarter, and even the third quarter, right?
Well, I don't have a problem with them starting that way.
If they hit 5 shots, the game we're still in the series. The series is still going on if they hit 5 shots.
That's on the players.
That's on the flip side.
But if they're missing it, you as a coach have very few opportunities to truly make an impact. When you see it going awry, you have to take
Do
that
you
opportunity.
think now that we're talking about something that's totally different, it's his age? He's younger than De'Aaron Fox, or he's younger than one of these guys, and they don't. He doesn't coach that way and say, all right, no more shooting threes right now. Let's pass the ball around. Whereas, for your point,
maybe
Popovich could look at you and say, look, we're not doing that anymore. We're going to do this, and then boom, you do it. I'm just saying, what got them there. So the things that they are doing, if you change it, they haven't changed that all year. They haven't been doing that all year.
I'm not saying you need to change it wholeheartedly. What I'm saying is you need somebody in there with the ability to change when the opportunity presents itself to change. I don't know if he was scared to change. I don't know if he was bought it. I don't know if he was inexperienced, but he didn't pull the trigger. I know hindsight's 20/20. But you could see it going awry on a lot of these.
We had the talk the night afterwards. My mom, my wife, and my son both were saying, why are you screaming at the television to tell De'Aaron Fox to pull the ball out, throw the ball around, run the shot clock?
Here's the thing. If I'm Spurs management, when I meet with him, here's what I hope he says. I went back, I looked at this, I thought of this I should have done differently, this I should have done differently, this I should have done differently. I've learned that this is what I know going forward, and I will never make that mistake again. Now I've got some confidence. I'm going to be watching, trust but verify, but at least that. If he comes in and just says, well, I was unfortunate, but back to work, I'm a little worried.
Yeah. But, I mean, we got to look at what the whole thing about it all is. I mean, because Mike Brown, all he did was kind of do the same thing. They just hit more shots. That's why I say 3 shots, 5 shots.
Look,
if one of those
Mike Brown had a
threes,
different team.
if one of those 3 shots that they shot quick, they were down the floor, and they shot. If they would have made one of those threes, it could have changed the whole game. And so, yeah, I don't love that. I love pulling the ball back out. I love waiting. But I'm just saying what got them there was what they have been doing. And, yeah, we can sit back and say we should have shot less, we shouldn't have done this, we shouldn't have done that. But that's why they were who they were. They felt like, and we talked about this, all of us agreed, on paper, the San Antonio Spurs were more talented than that New York team. But they had some. Now, is it experience? Because you had all those guys from Villanova that won national championships, and they'd played together, and they'd been in the big games. All of that could play into it. But all of these guys, by the time you get to the NBA and you're playing, I don't want to hear this whole the moment is too big for you, because if the moment's too big for you now, it's going to be too big for you later, and it's always going to be that way because it's easy cop-out to say these guys are too young because young people win all the time. That's what I'm saying.
OKC?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. OKC last year, they were all young. They had never won anything. None of those guys on that team had won a national championship or any other style championship that we knew of.
They weren't as young. I mean, you got to figure Shea was coming into, his 7th year last year?
Yeah, but comparing to the other teams?
I understand, like, the playoff thing. I mean, if you're Mike Brown, though, in those situations, you have a totally different team in front of you. Yeah, you don't have a lot of guys with finals rings.
Right.
Maybe one. I can't remember what the Knicks had.
I think one.
But what you had was a lot of very experienced guys who've won at other levels. Mm-hmm. And I think if you look at those two teams, which team would you trust in the clutch a little more? To me, it is the Knicks. Just because of that experience and age and just the way they conduct themselves in general. Spurs are way more talented. But that's what I mean. Mike Brown, if I'm him, I think you can trust your players a little bit more. You probably don't have to get as involved with a change like that. Whereas with the Spurs, I think that's a team that needed a coach. Most of the time, it's let them go. Let them have fun because that's when they play their best. But when things do go awry, that's when you need a strong hand in there with that type of play. It's not that they're bad players.
Right.
It's that they're a lot younger, and it's a lot different circumstance to them. Look, Dylan Harper wasn't winning NCAA championships in college.
No.
Castle was on good teams.
Yeah.
Victor hasn't played. Yeah, he's done things in Europe, but this is very different. Mm-hmm. I think the Spurs required a little stronger hand in that moment than the Knicks would have, just due to the makeup of your players.
Yeah, I mean, I just think when you live by the sword, you die by the sword. I think that's what they live by. They and even with their response, that's what kind of was telling to me with the coach's response. And I get it, man. They're going to say the most appropriate thing they feel like they can say. De'Aaron Fox, the coach, not Giannis, but Wemby, all of those guys are going to say the things that they – but really when you peel it back, at the end of the day, this is who they were. This is what they felt like. And, De'Aaron Fox said, well, because we can agree that the series was won on the 29-point comeback. That's when the series was over. When they come back – there was nothing else you could tell the Knicks, no matter what point number they were down by, that they couldn't come back. From that day forward,
they had all the belief in themselves.
They believed that no matter what the score was, the first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, the fourth quarter, they were going to own it, and they were going to come back somehow, some way, and win it. I thought it was over.
The nail was put in the coffin then. I thought the Knicks won it by taking game 2. I really do. And I know it would have been 2-2.
Yeah.
I think at that point the Knicks were like, we have this.
Yeah. I just thought with the talent, I thought it, and y'all can disagree with me. I thought the talent level of the San Antonio Spurs, if they could just get it tied, that it was going to shift.
Yeah.
And it was going to be.
I thought there was a
possibility that they were going to shift. And that was the biggest part for me. That's why I thought, it's not over. If they would have won that 2-2, then it would have been who's going to be the best players now, because now we're going to see stars born. right? That's where I was going to, you're going to see your Shea. And I mean, I guess, maybe, and once we're done with our next segment, we can talk more about Jalen Brunson and what he means and what this team means to the NBA.
I'm glad the Knicks won Game 4 because that moment will live forever. That was really something special with OG Anunoby. That was pretty cool.
That's actually, I want to say, that was the most important game of the whole series easily.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna go ahead and take our break. When we come back, the captain's in the building. PCB Hobby Time. We're gonna talk about all the stuff going on, Carter and Mark. Listen up very closely. We'll be right back. 104.3 ESPN, Northwest Florida.
Set your alarm clock to wake up with the Coach Hales Show on ESPN Northwest Florida.
We can go to a youth sporting event, drink, and you know how they can get when they don't get their way? Man, that can create a problem.
In-depth local and college sports from expert insiders and a dash of controversy.
The day and age we live in with parents going crazy, getting in fights. I don't see alcohol making that any better.
Weekday mornings 7 to 9.
5 minutes can save your life.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
This is Joanna with your latest forecast on ESPN Northwest Florida this Monday. For tonight, very light rain and partly cloudy skies, and a low of 80 with a gentle breeze at 8 miles per hour out of the west. Tomorrow morning, very light showers and a possibility of thunderstorms with temps around 84. In the afternoon and evening, likely thunderstorms and light rain and a temperature near 84. This forecast is brought to you by Earthworks of Northwest Florida. Thank you for keeping that dial on ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Discover the new Kia. Stop by Bill Bird Kia today and test drive the all-new 2026 Kia, where comfort, safety, and technology come together like never before. Explore the new 2026 SUV family that moves you and drive away in a new 2026 Seltos, Sportage, or Sorento that are built to inspire every journey. Craving performance? Feel the thrill in the luxurious 2026 Kia K5 sedan, crafted for power, style, and you. And for innovation that sparks excitement, check out the 2026 all-electric Kia EV9, a modern masterpiece that's fast-charging, rugged, and roomy. Bill Bird Kia is the original 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty. It's the peace of mind that you can trust. Visit us at 2435 East 15th Street, Panama City, or online at BillBirdKia.PanamaCity.com. Bill Bird Kia, your local community dealer. The 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty is a Bill Bird Kia warranty. See dealer for details.
We're giving away double
the boiled seafood.
All yours just for tapping your phone. It's the Lone Star Daily Double Boil.
Daily Double Boil.
On 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Just open the ESPN Northwest Florida app and smash that enter contest button.
Do it now.
Do it now.
It's a daily chance to win 2 $25 gift cards.
Winning
for the ultimate local seafood hookup.
Mouth-watering shrimp.
Buttery red royals.
All things crab.
Tap the app, win the eats. Get to clicking on the ESPN Northwest Florida app.
The Lone Star Daily Double Boil runs June 8th through the 19th, courtesy of the Lone Star Boil House, downtown Panama City. 1 prize per listener. Winners can claim prizes at ESPN Northwest Florida, 204 Ellen Lane, Suite B, Panama City Beach. The ESPN Northwest Florida app is available at Google Play and the Apple Store.
This is the vehicle for your hobby.
Yes, you are trying to get a big hit.
Coins, cards, collectibles, and the amazing stories behind them. And now, the PCB Hobby Takeover with Todd.
You can really get something cool in this.
104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
We are back live and local right here on this beautiful Monday right here in Panama City Beach. You're listening to the Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson at 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. If you want to call and be a part of this show, you can be 850-215-6290. 850-215-6290 is the way you do that. We're pumped up and ready to go. Got Brian here, Jeffrey's here, Bone Crusher's here. And the captain has graced us with his appearance today, wearing his Just Call Me Captain shirt. So good to see you, Captain Todd. How are you today, my friend?
Happy Monday, everybody. Doing good. Been real busy. We went to Heroes Con this last weekend.
Okay.
Heroes Con is in Charlotte, North Carolina. And that was a lot of fun. That is a very, very busy con. It has really expanded over the years, and a lot of artists actually go to it. And you'd think North Carolina, you wouldn't think a big comic type area.
Yeah.
But Charlotte, man, it was banging.
Was it in the embassy or
no,
was
Heroes, the convention center?
So it actually was in here. Okay.
Yeah. The
wow.
convention
So
center,
that's huge. That's a big place.
It is a big place, and they fill the whole thing up. And we had a table, so we were doing some selling and stuff like that. We had some raw comic books. We had graded stuff on the wall. We had brought a wall that we had built and stuff, and so it was really good. That con is amazing for finding inventory. I mean, there are literally hundreds of dealers with short box after short box of comic inventory. It's amazing. And of course, some people had Pokemon, Magic the Gathering, some cards like that, T-shirts, paraphernalia, just stuff for, comic related. So it was a really good con. Walked around a lot, got to see a lot of people that I hadn't seen in a minute. So that was cool. And then it was very neat because there were a lot of artists there. And so we probably got close to 4,000 signatures of different people on comic books. So that was really cool. That really helps our inventory levels, especially selling streaming online.
So let me ask you this real quick, because we've talked about it, but I don't know if I've ever asked you this question. So the artists, what they do is they actually make the cover.
Many different things. So they can be a cover artist.
Mm-hmm.
They can then be an interior artist. They can be a writer, and so on and so forth. So a lot of times what you're looking for is somebody like Scott Snyder, Dragotta, Daniel Warren Johnson. Absolute Batman is a series that is the hottest series in comic books right now on the face of the earth. And one of the guys does some covers, but they all do covers, but they also do interior writing. They also do interior panels and art for the books. And then a cover artist like who we've hired, we have 4 cover artists on staff. So Sajjad Shah, he's done Absolute Batman covers, so it's just the cover, the front. And then we have Ryan Kincaid, who just got done with Black Cat, which is his first Marvel book.
Mm-hmm.
That was a cover he did. Again, he didn't write the story. He didn't produce the internal panels or the scenes inside the book, but he did the outside cover, and it's called a variant. And so he did a variant cover. So it's not the one that they put out to every comic shop. It's specific to PCB Hobby producing this variant cover. And there's an MOQ, a minimum order quantity. So we order like 3,000 of these books, and then we turn around and sell it as an exclusive. And it is, because it's exclusive to PCB Hobby and our artist. And so that's kind of how it works. So you go to these shows because these artists attend these shows, and you get them to sign their cover or sign the book they wrote in.
That makes sense.
And sometimes you can get 2 and 3 signatures. Think about it. You get a writer, an internal artist, and the cover artist. You can have 3 signatures on one book.
And that definitely is going to make the value
And that makes the value go up
Yeah.
because you have to pay for each one of those signatures. And then you can sell those raw, right, ungraded, or you can send them off and get them graded. And so we do both. We send some off, get them graded, and then sell them on stream as graded books. Or we sell them raw on stream, and they pay to get it graded through us. So we offer that service as well.
God forbid any of these guys pass away. But when they do, yeah, because life happens.
3 this year.
But does those do they do exactly what happens?
Jerry Conway, Jim Shooter, and Sal Buscema all passed away this year. All OG artists, all OG 1960s and 70s books. And if you have their autograph on stuff, you'll never get it again. You'll never see it again.
Right.
We were the second to the last signing for Jerry Conway.
Wow.
Man.
We had a private signing with him out in L.A. We got a bunch of books signed, and then he had one more time he had signed for somebody, and that was it. He passed away. So that's it. Jerry Conway will never sign again. So we're sitting on hundreds of Jerry Conway signatures, and do you think we're selling them? No.
Holding on them.
We're holding on to them because you can't get it. We'll let the market. Immediately when he passed away, every book that was signed by him was going for $400+ on eBay.
Wow.
Just like that. So, and his signature only costs, $30-$40, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Because you're never going to get it again.
Yep.
So
the last time you were here, we had talked about the toy market, that you were getting involved in toy market.
100%.
So do you have any update for that? Give us some ideas on that.
So we have a gentleman that we are talking to right now who potentially is going to come in and run our toy side of things at PCB Hobby. That'll mean acquisitions, that'll mean selling, that'll mean merchandising, that'll mean a lot of things. But we're going to get the stores involved, the retail store, and they've already started purchasing stuff over the counter. So we're going to promote that, advertise that, to bring your toy collections in, or send us a list, or send us photos, videos, whatever, and we'll come to you even, and we'll try to purchase your toys. Now, we do have a small inventory of stuff already at the warehouse that's ready to sell. And so July 1st, we are going to kick off our streaming with toys for eBay Live. And we actually, we're actually dealing with eBay Live. eBay Live is aware of this and wants us to expand this market for them. So it's actually really exciting news.
So you can do that, and then can say if I buy something on your eBay Live, can I just come to your shop and pick it up because I live here?
A lot of times you can, believe it or not. All you have to do is send a message and say, don't ship my item, send it over to the store. I'll come pick it up.
Okay, so that's
Simple
an
as
easy
that.
way. So if you don't have time, maybe you don't want to fight the
Local
traffic.
pickup.
Yeah, you can just do a local pickup. You can get it right there.
Or don't want to wait 2 days for your thing to arrive. I mean, I get it. I mean, you want it now, we'll send it up to the shop and it'll be there the next day. And
you have to worry about porch pirates. Too.
That's what I was thinking.
And that's it too.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Because that's what's happening a lot. So.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that's Heroes. We had a great time. One of the guys is still driving back with the trailer right now. Everybody else is back. I flew back yesterday with Sharon, and so everybody's good to go. And then we leave, myself, Sharon, and Chris leave tomorrow to go to Rochester, New York. Yeah, so we're going to be there from tomorrow till Thursday. We're going to be with a small but kind of known guy that we're going to do some snippets of video. We're going to spend 4 hours with Rob Gronkowski.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
And so that's why I brought that up about signing, because he can't sign anything. But
he can't sign anything.
You can't bring anything. Can't bring it, even though we're going to be sitting with him and interacting with him and the whole deal, and a lot of video is going to be done. He is not allowed to sign one thing whatsoever, on camera, off camera, anywhere. So he's locked down like a penitentiary.
Yeah.
So,
and
anyway,
that's because of
what we
his
were laughing
agents
about
and all
earlier
that.
before we came on the show is that that's a real thing, is that there's a lot of people out there. That's why I love comics, because artists aren't like that.
Yeah.
You don't necessarily have to go through an agent. A lot of these guys represent themselves.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
it's really easy and really nice to be able to get those types of autographs and signatures and things like that. But when you're dealing with a high-level superstar like Rob, then you're not going to be able to get that. So we're really excited because we're going to do promo videos, and we're going to be able to stream live at New York Comic-Con with him in October. So he's actually going to learn about comic books. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be a fun segment.
Yeah,
we'll have some videos.
that's really cool.
We'll show you guys and everything. It'll be fun. But so we're going up there to do that, and then we get back, and we're finally back.
Yeah.
Nothing going on for like a month. So I mean, there's collecticons and stuff and a coin show, but there's no big events that like half the staff is going to.
What is the lull? Is it September?
So September is a big lull. So there's nothing until there'll be nothing until San Diego Comic-Con, which is at the end of July. So we have about a month off when I get back. And then
Fanatics
Fest is big,
National
same
Card
time,
Show,
and there's also the New Jersey Collecticon. So I think we go to New Jersey Collecticon. We don't even come back. We actually just go straight over to Fanatics Fest and then do that and then come back. But I won't be there for that one. But in July, at the end of July, I'll go to San Diego Comic-Con. And then from San Diego Comic-Con, then there actually is nothing really going on, mostly August, September, and then you hit New York again in October, and that's the kind of the finale con of comics.
Were you able to see Darth Vader on a Segway over in Charlotte?
You saw everything on a Segway in Charlotte. Let's just call it what it is.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Paul, you'd be very amused. Let's just put it like that.
I've lived in Charlotte.
Yeah. There you go.
I know all about Charlotte.
There you
But
go.
when you have these artists, because that's what they are, everybody, they have an artistic appreciation, right?
They do. They
yeah.
do.
It is like a different world.
And that's what's funny is my wife Sharon, she's very much artistic as well, and she loves art, and so she likes looking at art and seeing art, and she'll say, okay, I really like that, it's a good piece, or blah blah blah, things like that, and so it's fun bringing her because comic books are all about art.
Right.
Let's call it what it really.
And
art and commerce.
Yeah, and that's the biggest thing. Like that's why I was trying to put 2 and 2 together with the artist.
Mm-hmm.
It was a really big push about the artist, and that's why I wanted to kind of clear it up. So that was a great way to do it. Let's move over to Brian and see what's coming up this week, because obviously last week was huge.
It was a huge week.
Did you have any big breaks at the shop that you can remember or recall? Maybe somebody hit something.
No, I mean, other than there was one actually last night where we had a Gilberto Mora.
Okay.
More of your soccer. But he's 17-year-old wonder kid from
I thought
Mexico.
it was Jim Mora's cousin or something.
And it was just a numbered card. But, this normally you'd think, it's probably a $5, $10 card. They're going for $225 right now because he's
in the show.
And he's young and whatever. So that was neat. But a lot of the people who would come in on vacation, they'll get the boxes, they'll take them back with them.
Okay, so they're
to
not
the
breaking.
condo.
Yeah.
Yeah, so anyway, so they're doing that, but we had a great Super Saturday this past weekend. And actually, to Todd's point about the toys, I actually picked up a toy collection that was very Michael Jordan themed.
Nice.
So some of the old starting lineups, some of their Hot Wheels with Chicago Bulls painting and all that.
That's great.
Emma
a lot
picked
of
up
cool
a Disney,
stuff. Emma
Mickey
picked
Mouse.
up a great Disney thing that she
that was
loves.
really
And
cool.
What was the
playing
Disney?
with. Well, it's all kind of different pieces. There's one that's a Mickey Mouse lamp that's one of the coolest things
so
I've
cool.
ever seen.
She showed me. She FaceTimed
So
me.
there was a lot of that.
That lamp is so cool.
As far as sports goes this week, it's weird. Midweek, it's pretty drab. There's not any sports.
Yeah.
Now, there's a big release. Topps Chrome Disney hits Wednesday.
Oh, wow.
That's always big. It's going to be super huge for our Orlando store.
That's going to be nasty.
But it's always a big release. Then toward the end of the week, come Friday, we get a couple of sports releases. We have Cosmic Chrome Football, which is always a very popular release. It's one of the few boxes that actually, even at the hobby level, they don't guarantee an autograph. And as such, the autographs carry so much weight because they're not guaranteed and they're not flooding the market with them. So they're really sought after.
Is that a high price point?
Generally, yeah, it's a little bit more than Topps Chrome normally, but it's somewhat similar. So yeah, I would say it's on the upper end.
Yeah.
It's not a $6,000 box like Flawless kind of thing, but no, it's going to be north of $600-700, I would think, and we'll see how it settles. And then also we do have Topps Inception Baseball. Speaking of art,
That was a fun one.
always they do a lot of art behind it. It's a thicker card, beautiful kind of card, and that comes out. Both of those drop on Friday. So again, it's Disney midweek, sports toward the end of the week. And as the summer goes on, we just keep rocking more things.
So talk to the people about the UFC. What just happened last night? So that's a big deal because of having a champion. Because not only did they do the buybacks for baseball and football,
Right? Yeah. It is a buyback.
Justin Gaethje's card is going to be a buyback.
So I apologize if you were collecting Ilya and you thought he was going to win like a lot of people did. But no, Gaethje's cards, it's the base level and the parallels of that base are going to be eligible for the buybacks. There's so many buybacks running right now. So you have WWE has Liv Morgan and Roman Reigns. The football has Matt Stafford. Topps Premier League Soccer has Erling Haaland for winning the Golden Boot. Later in the fall, you'll have another soccer, the guy who wins the best player in the world, the Ballon d'Or. That'll be one, but the newest one is the UFC.
Yeah,
and that's going to be Justin Gaethje. So
because he won the championship because
it was the winner of the main event at UFC 250.
Right. Because Cyril Gain, he won, but his card won't be like Gaethje's, right?
Right, because it was the main event.
It's only the main event.
Yeah,
okay.
That's right.
I wanted to tell you guys something also. I received an email through Facebook Marketplace, and it's a great email. And I just wanted to share this because I think some of our viewers don't necessarily always hear the positive side of things. This person wrote, I recently purchased a box of Topps Cosmic Basketball. Is that Chrome or is that normal?
Yes, Topps Chrome Cosmic. Yep.
All right. He said, in your shop, and wanted to share my polls with you.
Okay.
Don't know if it was a shop here or down in Orlando. He didn't actually say.
I think I know who it is. I think it's here.
It was a great box. Kawhi Leonard to 150.
Wow.
LeBron James to 50. And an amazing Cooper Flag autograph card to 50.
Oh, my God.
Thank you
that's
for the
massive.
amazing product. I highly recommend your shop and your live breaks. Thank you again. The guy's name was Trey.
Yeah, I think I want to say he came in Saturday.
He did send a picture.
Oh wow, those are nice cards.
Yeah,
those are pretty.
Yeah, very.
So what do you
pretty
mean
cards.
by to 50? What's
so
that?
numbered to 50? So serial number like number 13/50. So only 50 of that exact card was made.
Okay.
Yeah,
so
so that's a really big thing.
That's pretty big.
I know we got a couple of minutes left, but I saved a picture for you guys because I didn't know if you saw it. Over the weekend, the most expensive video game in the world sold for $3 million. Of the 3 known sealed copies of this 40-year-old Super Mario game, this one holds the highest grade of them all. The Heritage Auction sales shattered the previous record of $2 million, making this the most expensive video game of all time sealed. It pulled a PSA 9.6.
Wow.
Right.
And
so the highest grade level could be a 10. 9.9 happens sometimes. 9.8 is
it's kind of like comic
pretty
books
pristine.
with that,
That's comic books,
That's
right? 9.6 is for a video game is through the roof.
Yeah. What kind of video game was this?
It's the original Nintendo, Super Mario.
Super Mario.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's
the
it.
original Super Mario.
Yeah,
Brothers.
that's the original one.
And this is the game that's sealed.
But it's sealed. It was never
open.
opened, never cracked.
Could you imagine the teenager that got this and was like,
about that.
I can't. I'm not going to play this. I'm just going to hold on to it.
But see, here's what happened. When you bought the Nintendo console, that game came with it unbundled.
Oh, my
correct.
goodness.
So you would have had to have had Nintendo already, for some way gotten your Nintendo and never had the game in the package, because it always came with the game, that and Duck Hunt. And so you would have had to have gone out to the secondary market and bought it from Toys R Us or one of those places, and then never opened it.
Yep.
No wonder there's
Never
only
played
3
it.
copies.
Yeah. 3 in the world.
Because it was the only game everybody knew how to play.
Yeah.
Right? It never was closed in a box.
Yeah, I mean, I was raised saving the princess.
There are hoarders out there, and this goes to show you that when you find something in a package deal and it's not sealed, go pick up a sealed one and put it back for 40 years. If you're a youngin', why not?
Yeah.
Because you never know.
You
In
never
40
know.
years, it might be worth $1 million.
So this is what,
Sealed
85?
is always sealed.
Was it 1985 or 86?
It's somewhere around there. Yeah. Because I was call it 10, and I was born in 76. So
I was
probably 87.
I was like a baby.
87.
I was like a baby. You guys were like already drinking drinks out of bottles and stuff.
What type of drinks are you talking about over there?
Hey, Jeff's
I've
from
been known to drink a Mai Tai, just not at 6 years old like you.
Jeff's from Louisiana. He was doing that in the 70s.
Yeah, he was and chewing Levi Garrett all at the same time.
I slept good.
I love it. I slept good.
Well, Todd, give us the hours of operation, the address. Tell us about Orlando's address too.
So we're doing good in Orlando. Orlando is from 10 to 6 Monday through Saturday right now. We are working on hiring another associate. So once we get a couple more people in house, we will expand those hours. But right now it's still 10 to 6. But if you're there at 6:15 and they're still there, you can come in.
Right.
It's 8972 Turkey Lake Road, Orlando. And, of course, our phone number is 850-320-8388. Option 1 is PCB. Option 2 is Orlando store. And, of course, we're Monday through Saturday, 10 to 6. We're open later on Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays sometimes because of nightly play. And then from 10 to 6, and then we're on Sunday from 12 to 6.
Awesome.
We're
Well,
on
make
Back
sure,
Beach.
make sure you go on Back Beach. You know what? It's busy everywhere. So if you're going to go wait for 2 hours at a restaurant, you can go, drive on Back Beach and get to PCB Hobby because the deals are there and they're ready to sell them to you. So go see them.
And I got to say one more thing. Believe it or not, we will very shortly never, ever again be able to say next to Florida Linens.
I know.
They're moving.
They're moving. That's right. Never know. Never know what's going to be coming next.
So
the next sponsor is going to be right there.
And the next sponsor might actually say, we're next to PCB Hobby.
That's right. Exactly. That's
All
right.
Thanks, guys.
All right. Thank you so much, Todd. When we come back, we're going to talk a little bit about the NBA, but we've got to talk some of this travel baseball that's going on around the area. You're listening to the Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson at 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
We're giving away double
the boiled seafood.
It's the Lone Star Daily Double Boil. Just open the ESPN Northwest Florida app and smash, smash, smash that enter contest button.
It's a daily chance to win 2 $25 gift cards.
Winning!
For the ultimate local seafood hookup.
Mouth-watering shrimp.
Buttery red royals.
All things crab.
Tap the app, win the eats. Get to clicking on the ESPN Northwest Florida app.
It's almost time to kick off the 2026 season at the bank. Whether you want to be at the center of it all as a season ticket member, lock in 3 or more games with a bundle at the bank, or cheer on the Jags at your most anticipated matchup, there's a way for everyone to be a part of the action. Seating is limited, so don't wait. Secure your tickets now by visiting jaguars.com/tickets or call 904-633-2000.
Looking to upgrade your truck? It's Blue Diamond Truck Accessories in Panama City. They sell, service, and install it all. Light kits, bed covers, bumpers, winches, lift kits, and any trailer hitch you can imagine. Blue Diamond Truck Accessories, just west of Frankfort Avenue on 15th Street. Find Blue Diamond Truck Accessories on Facebook or call 850-914-0265. Blue Diamond Truck Accessories, 850-914-0265.
Ready to unlock the science behind a healthier mind? Register today for the 4th annual STEM Mental Summit, hosted by the United Hands Project. Discover mental wellness through science, tech, engineering, and math with fun workshops, free food, and great giveaways. It's completely free for youth ages 10 to 24. Join us June 22nd through the 25th at Gulf Coast State College and June 27th at FSUPC. Sign up now at theunitedhp.org. That's theunitedhp.org.
The Atlanta Braves are on a mission, and night after night they are making their case as one of the best teams in baseball.
3-2 to Drake. He swings and hits a missile to deep right field to the chop house and out of here.
Tomorrow night, the Braves open up a big home series at Truist Park as the San Francisco Giants come to Atlanta for a National League showdown.
First pitch tomorrow night at 6:15 on your home for the Atlanta Braves on the Gulf Coast. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
This is where heroes are created, legends are born, and dynasties forged. The Sports Talk Master, ESPN Northwest Florida. Now back to the Sports Blitz.
We are back live and local right here at 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. This is the Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson, and we're so glad you joined us on this beautiful Monday right here in the Panhandle. Don't forget, we still got time. 850-215-6290 is the way you do that. Also, don't forget the Lone Star Daily Double Boil is still open and ready to go to be won today. Open the ESPN Northwest Florida app, and you smash the Enter Contest button. Every chance today and all the way through the week to win 2 $25 gift cards for the ultimate local seafood hookup. Fresh shrimp, buttery royal reds, and all things crab. Tap the app, win the eats, get ready to eat like a local right here at ESPN Northwest Florida. You know what? Do play in beautiful Panama City. 287 Aberdeen Parkway is the way to go if you want to have some fun indoors. This is a full-fledged indoor whatever you want. They got turf fields. They've got basketball courts, volleyball courts. It is all there for the taking. Is it too hot outside? Absolutely. It's been hot all week. So you need to go over there and see them. 287 Aberdeen Parkway in Panama City. They will take all of your time over there because it's under air condition. And it'll keep you out of the rain. It'll keep you cool. And you'll have some fun. So go see them over at DuPlay. You can check them out on their Facebook page, DuPlay, or you can check them out on their website, duplayonline.com. You know, guys, we always come in and talk about some stuff on Monday that usually either I've seen or that has come to the forefront of everybody's algorithms or some things that is going with nationwide. And normally it is a rowdy type of story that we got to talk about. Obviously, we've talked about travel baseball, travel basketball, travel football, whether it's been fights in the parking lots, fighting umpires, dogging umpires, beating them up. Well, I want to talk about this, and I want to see what you guys think about this because something happened over this week at the public sports park that I thought was just unbelievable because it actually is genius, and I want to see what you think about it.
Remains to be seen.
What happened is they've got all of these teams coming for the USSSA baseball tournament over at Publix Park. So there's hundreds, if not thousands of people.
Oh, yeah. We see them in the shop.
All the kids coming there with their stuff, with their bling, all their stuff. And they're all there to watch little Johnny play baseball. And, it matters. So this USSSA organization, they're just one of the organizations. I think Grand Slam is one that comes in. It's in right now. But they did something unique, and I wanted to kind of see what you guys, I do a little bit of umpiring. So what they did is they got all of their umpires from out of Miami and Puerto Rico. And so what they did is they had one of the umpires, so it's a two-man crew. You got one behind the plate and one in the field. So it's a two-man crew, and what they did is they made one be the interpreter and could speak English. The one either behind the plate or the one in the field could not speak English. So I thought it was genius because they didn't know what you were saying.
Yeah.
So all of the parents screaming, now they know what boos are, right? They know what, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
But I thought this was amazing that they did this, and actually a little bit out of the box, because if you want to keep parents off of umpires, if they don't know what you're saying, they're not going to be able to respond to you. Now, obviously, the coach comes out, but he has to go through an interpreter while he's talking to you. Now, I don't know if you've ever been in another country where you had to use an interpreter. You can't be as passionate because it takes a minute. You can't get all up in his face and tell him everything you want to tell him, because you got to wait for the other guy to tell you, and then you might be inflected in your voice and the way you present it. But the guy that's interpreting for you could just be mild and low-key. He says you missed that call, and it stinks. And, it's just part of it. Or what if the guy's not even telling him what you really said? Brian, you've been involved in local sports. You've been involved with kids' sports. Have you ever seen anything like that before? Because to me, this is the first time I've ever seen it, where they've got people that don't even know the language calling the game, making it to where even the kids can't complain to the umpires because they don't know what you're saying.
Doesn't surprise me you think this is genius. You did go to Mary G. Look, I remember I interviewed for a job down in Fort Lauderdale at one point, and one of the questions in the interview was, do you speak Spanish? Because obviously a very large Hispanic community down there. And I said, not very well, but there's a lot of what you do in inflection and tone and body movements. I said, they'll understand where I'm getting while I get better at the language. And that was true. So this notion that you're not going to go as hard or they're not going to understand what you're saying to them, hogwash. They're going to know exactly what you're saying to them. They may not know every single word in there, but they're going to know the key ones, and they're going to know the way that you're saying it. So, I mean, also, when you're talking about losing your mind, blowing up, you're not thinking about, I'm going to have to wait for a delay on this. The whole point of it is that you're overly emotional and you're reacting. So, no, I mean, it's different.
Yeah.
It might settle like prolonged abuse. But the other image I had in my head when you did this, there was a guy in Mobile. I don't know if you took lessons from him or not. He probably taught everybody in Mobile how to swim for 30 years. Coach Murphy.
No.
He'd been around forever.
What school was he at?
He wasn't at a school. He
just
did
was.
But he was at one of the country clubs or whatever, and then he freelanced.
Yeah, now we know Brian hung out at country clubs as a kid. He was on that side of the tracks.
Go back and look. I'm sure you're going to find that's not true. But Bob Murphy had a earpiece, like a hearing aid. And that was why he was able to teach so many swim lessons of screaming kids all the time. He'd put them on his shoulders. He'd click his hearing aid off, and they could just scream and wail away. And he never reacted to them, and as such, they stopped screaming.
Yeah.
So maybe there's something to that, but no. Otherwise, I think you're just. I think you're the guy who thinks the clapping monkey is really cool, and it's not hard.
I'm just telling you, like, I get it. I see where you're going with that, but I'm just telling you, I've been to a plethora of baseball tournaments in my lifetime, and this yes, they still had passion. Yes, they still disagreed with calls, but I did not see the
You don't think it encourages them to say more stuff? Because he doesn't know what I'm saying anyway. I'll talk about his mama.
Well, they do, and that's the thing. But it never stopped the game. It never made the umpire come over to the side and say, ma'am, if you say that again, I'm going to kick you out of this park. Or, sir, that's enough. Don't say it again. There was none of that. I was there for 7 games. We watched the games before us, and we saw the games after us a little bit. I'm just telling you, do you think that's a great idea? I mean, because there was an actual language barrier between the coaches and the umpires.
It's pretty smart, yeah.
Yeah, so you do kind of roll with me a little bit in that, because it was really a good way that it happened, because, I mean, and you know, whatever. I didn't hear of any problems. I didn't hear of anybody getting tossed. I didn't hear of anybody fighting in the parking lot. I didn't hear of anybody. And this was the World Series. I mean, that's just people come here. They spend lots of money. They want little Johnny, like I said, to win. Now, they did have brackets and all that. And there were some people that they would get, you know, irritated with one another. But that's the other part. The coaches or the parents could yap at each other, and the umpires, usually they'll step in and make them stop, because it affects the game. But these guys just kept rolling. And it kind of just went away because it didn't get blown up. So maybe that's the other picture of this whole thing that we're learning, is that if you don't make it, I'm going to try it. I'm going to try it. When I come in, I'm going to try it. The next time I umpire, I'm not going to respond to any of the parents. I'm not going to ask.
Are you going to no hablo inglés?
No, I'm just going to be like, you know, like, see, very good. Here, not so good.
You got to work on your accent and ruling your R's.
So just learn some Spanish.
Look, do I think it's good that there weren't any of those idiotic moments? Yeah.
Yeah, you should be happy.
Are you sure this was done on purpose? Look, don't get me wrong. If we learn something and it works, great. You may be seeing more into it than is there, but again, if the end result is as dumb as I may think it is, and maybe I do, maybe I don't. If the end result is we have less parents acting like idiots, great.
Yeah.
I'm all for that.
I mean,
so,
I didn't see anybody.
Bring them in from Chechnya. I don't care.
We have enough Brazilians and Haitians here to have a whole squad of umpires.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't have to get them from Miami or Puerto Rico or wherever.
Yeah, I just think they pulled them all here from, you know, and some of them talked about they had done some high-level baseball, whether it's with some single A or the World Baseball Classic, actually. So some of these guys, they looked like they, you know, were in shape and knew what they were doing and all that. They did miss some calls just like everybody else, you know, and that's part of the game. You know, that's part of it. But I just thought that was a unique kind of local deal that I wanted to share today on the show.
Well, let's talk about what's going on right now. The World Cup. You have base languages, like Saudi Arabia is playing Uruguay, you know. Well, they probably both know Spanish. There's some kind of base language. Because a lot of the Middle East, like I had friends from Morocco, the guy knows like 7 languages. And Spanish and Italian just so happen to be a couple of them.
You do have base, English, Spanish, French. Yeah. But watch the officials in soccer. It is very much done with hand gestures.
Okay, so they're hand gesturing.
You'll see no more all the time. Like that's when he's trying to calm them down.
Yeah.
You'll see the no more.
So Saudi Arabia and Uruguay, they have the base language I like. But then you'll have like right now is playing Belgium's playing Egypt. Mm-hmm. Probably not a base language for them. You never know.
Well, you know what a base language for us is? Good old Southern English. We've had it always today. So thanks for listening. We will be back tomorrow. We probably won't be talking about the same stuff, but we definitely will be talking some sports. You're listening to the Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson, 104.3 ESPN, Northwest Florida. We'll see you tomorrow, guys.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
Hey, Rob, guess what?
What? Real local winners.
You won the Lone Star Daily Double Boil.
Come on, man.
Are you ready to crush some seafood?
Yes, I am.
You ready to eat like a local?
I always do.
You got $50